Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So Tory Lanez came back. Oh baby, Tory Lanez team. Oh baby. Finally heard it from the crow's mouth themselves. Kelsey did it. I mean, obviously Kelsey did it, but because no one believed Kelsey did it, because I'll make his best friend, hit it with the blicky, my God, maybe you would never do that. That's her best friend and all that mess. No one, they were fighting over peen. Okay, so Tory's team with a new lawyer, thank God, honey, came out and basically said, yep, Kelsey's bodyguard said that Kelsey did it. So yeah, that part. And so with that being said, the team came out with a bombshell today, baby, and I'll tell you, they let it all out, get it all out. Okay, so check this out.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Miss Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense?
Ooh. At this point, anybody denies that Tory did not mess with that girl is crazy as hell. Now, of course, the father, Sunstar, or AKA Daddy, of course, he said his spiel, which of course it was powerful because I'm petty as hell. This is basically what it sounded like. Y'all remember this from the first case.
My God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble. I am an apostle of God, and you will know who I am. That's right. Say that flag.
And Rock Nation, I'm tired of y'all stealing from us.
All right, let me stop. No, his dad was not yelling. His dad was actually very respectful and very calm. Because again, when you a child of God and God will play by his favorites, baby, you speak with the word, honey. So this is what that dad actually said. Check this out.
I bear Megan the Stallion no aught at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many occasions in our times of prayer. So this monster that Alex Spiro tried to create, and when I stood in the courtroom on that day and heard a corrupt prosecutor dismiss the fact that so many people, it was overwhelming the amount of people that sent letters to their office and were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. It's so funny that there is indeed a woman who has made it her life's mission to be the whip in the press or on the vlogs. I'm not even going to call her name right now, but those who know. Everything that has to do with Tory Lanez, I believe that she is in some way compensated to spread these narratives. And so before the sentence was read in court, she already knew. That's really interesting to me. She already knew because she had discussed it with others, not knowing that it would come back to us. God is my witness. So moving right along.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Someone once told me the grass is much greener